A storm is brewing in the Trump campaign this morning as they wake up to some horrific headlines for them that have them absolutely freaking out. If you go to the front page of the Drudge Report, as of this recording, here's what Donald Trump is looking at. This is the right-wing Drudge Report. Remember that. It says, Biden beats Trump at stock market. Is Harris headed for a blowout? 45 days of MAGA mania, not the kind of headlines Donald Trump wants to be seeing this close to Election Day. And the report that they cite on the Drudge Report is from an election forecaster who correctly called the 2020 election. He is saying that this is going to be a blowout election for Vice President Harris. This is a Northwestern University data scientist, Thomas Miller, who says it's gone from a drastic landslide in Trump's direction to a drastic landslide for Harris. Do not let any of this information get you complacent. I want you right now to make sure that you check your voter registration. Make sure everyone you know has their voter registration checked, is registered to vote, because that is the most important thing. But I do want to show you the data and the trends that we are seeing and why Donald Trump is increasingly freaked out. Donald Trump is sending out all these emails this morning. He is saying, "Fear not," from President Trump. "I just won the election." Everybody wants these, but only you are getting one. The emails of a desperate man. Meanwhile, the Trump campaign is begging their hand-picked candidate, Donald Trump's hand-picked candidate, Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina, Mark Robinson, to drop out of the gubernatorial race. And this is a guy who has denied the Holocaust. This is a guy who says he doesn't think women should be allowed to vote. There is a story apparently that is about to break, and the Trump campaign is freaking out about it. Robinson is already down 10 plus in all the polls. And if this story is the one that's going to get him out, it has to be really bad, knowing what we know about Mark Robinson. Donald Trump continuing to make these emails. "I just won the election." Then it's President Trump. "I really do love you. I know I just won the election. I never felt love like that in the New York rally. Thank you. Together, I know victory is certain because of you." Donald Trump has been spending his time in the swing state of New York this close to the election. I, of course, say that facetiously when he is trailing in the important swing states. Now, Donald Trump sending another email. "Everybody wants these, but only you are getting one. Ben, this is the final countdown, and I could not do this without you. So in recognition of everything you've done, I'm awarding you the golden Trump flag pin." And he desecrates our flag by putting his name over the stars and stripes. Such an absolute disgrace to our great flag. Here's the email from Trump. "Fear not," from President Trump. "Ben, fear not. And after yet another attempt on my life, I will be fighting even stronger." Once again, Donald Trump trying to grift off the incident that happened over the weekend when we found out that, though it's serious, there was never a threat to his life during this incident. Donald Trump says, "Now we must turn all our efforts straight to victory on Election Day. But in order to win, I need you to chip in now." Of course, that's how it always ends. Meanwhile, the stock market is reaching record highs never before seen. So Fox Business is also trying to desperately spin these record highs to try to help Donald Trump. Fox News saying that if the NASDAQ doesn't make an all-time high with the news of cutting interest rates, then that's not good, even though every other market has hit record highs. Check out this clip.
But is this rally here to stay?
Oh, no. And by the way, the NASDAQ is 700 points from its all-time high. If the NASDAQ doesn't make an all-time high with this news, that is not good. The Dow and S&P, right now, the S&P is at 21 times next year's earnings, assuming $280 of earnings.
Why can't you let us all be happy?
You can be
making
happy.
Money here.
If you're buying dividend growers, you're going to be fine.
Oh.
But no, this is a very overheated deal, and people should just be aware of what they're paying. They're paying 21 times.
Okay, you think it's going to come down at some point?
Yes, I do.
How much?
I have no opinion about that whatsoever.
But you know it's going to come down.
I think that it's overvalued, Stuart, and it can go higher before it comes lower. But I just think overvaluation always corrects. So I'm making a basic economic statement.
Overvalued on a...
And if you notice, Donald Trump and Fox News, whenever there is a Democrat in power, they are always rooting against the American people. And today is no different. We are seeing the stock market, like I said before, hit record highs never before seen. The Dow Jones for the first time crossing 42,000. Meanwhile, if we look over at Trump media is crashing once again, down more than 4% after a disastrous week for Trump media. The S&P 500 rose above 5,700 for the first time in history. Of course, the stock market is not necessarily an indicator indicator of the economy as a whole, but this is, of course, great news for folks with retirement accounts, with 401ks, and also Donald Trump liked to brag about the stock market all the time when it was far lower, and Donald Trump has consistently said that the markets would crash under President Biden and Vice President Harris, but it has just continued to soar higher and higher. I use my Uplift desk every day when I'm working on emails or editing videos. Standing while I work helps keep me sharp and my creativity flows so much better. I've noticed a real difference in my focus and productivity. I'm more alert and energized when I'm on my feet. The option to move around while I work also promotes better circulation. I've definitely reduced strain on my back and my neck, and I know it's helping prevent long-term health risks. Plus, the build quality is unbeatable. My Uplift desk is rock solid, stable, and built to last. You can really feel the difference in the materials. I love all the customization options. Uplift Desk lets you create your dream workspace with over 100 desktop choices and tons of accessories. Speaking of accessories, I got this power hub that lets me plug in all my equipment right here on my desk. It is super cool and just super useful. We've got a special deal just for you. When you visit upliftdesk.com/Meidas, you'll get 4 free accessories, free same-day shipping, free returns with free shipping, and an industry-leading 15-year warranty. Plus, you'll get an extra discount off your entire order. That's upliftdesk.com/Meidas, MEIDAS, for this special offer. Work better, live healthier with Uplift Desk. Now let me show you the polls once again. Do not use these polls to get complacent, and while we don't love polls here, we know that they make Donald Trump especially angry, and the trends we are seeing are incredibly relevant at this key moment in the election. The FAU National Poll, a B+ poll, has Kamala Harris up 4 against Donald Trump, 49% to 45%. The first Pennsylvania in-state firm to field a poll post-debate is finally here. It is the F&M poll, and it finds Kamala Harris up 3 in Pennsylvania, 49% to 46%, and great news for the Democrats in the Senate as well, with Casey up 48 to 40 over McCormick, and the generic ballot Democrats are up 47% to 42%. More numbers from the AP NORC poll see that people are placing more confidence in Kamala Harris. They say she is tougher than Donald Trump to be president. She would change the country for the better, more so than Donald Trump would, and she was more likely to fight for people like you. We also saw in the special election in northwestern Essex County in New Jersey last night that voters were swinging, white voters in northwestern Essex County are swinging 50 to 20 points more Democratic this cycle around. That is absolutely big news for Kamala Harris and devastating news for Donald Trump. So what is Donald Trump doing? He's grifting new products. Check out this new hot product that Donald Trump is hawking.
So they just came out with this T-shirt, which is really pretty spectacular, and it's selling like hotcakes. And
oh, but that's not all. He's also selling a picture book for the price of $99.
Just came out with the new book. It's sold out just about everywhere, and we're going into another printing immediately, and you'll have it soon. But I would say go out and get it. It's Save America, and that's what we're trying to do. And we will indeed save America. We have millions and millions of people pouring into our country from all over the world. Many of them come from prisons and gangs, and they come from mental institutions. And we're not going to stand for it any longer. But we're going to buy the book, and you'll sort of look at some great years when we were in the White House all together. And we're going to be back there again, hopefully very soon, and we're going to make America great again. Thank you very much.
And what's his running mate doing? His running mate is mocking the military service of Tim Walz. Check this out.
Guys, JD Vance here, playing a little buck hunter before a rally in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, also known as the closest Tim Walz has ever gotten to real combat. Have fun out there.
That's, of course, J.D. Vance, who wrote the foreword to the book by the leader of Project 2025, who appeared on Fox News. And Project 2025 has rightfully received a lot of press because it is such a danger to Americans. Donald Trump has tried his best to distance himself to it, even though it was made for Donald Trump by his closest aides and advisors. And the leader of Project 2025 said that he's actually surprised by the vitriol towards it. And he said, you know what that means? It means we got to go that much harder. We got to punch Democrats in the nose.
Are you surprised by all this attention and all this vitriol around this document? Are you surprised by it when it started happening?
I'm surprised by the scope of it, to be sure. I'm not surprised that it happened. And the lesson that we learned, and we've learned loud and clear, is that when we do this again, and we're going to do it every election cycle because it's what Heritage does, that when the left begins to mischaracterize, figuratively, we're going to punch them back in the nose.
And last night, Donald Trump did a pre-taped interview that aired on Fox's show Gutfeld, where he was confused by the fact that how Vice President Harris, who is somehow a woman, is doing better than him.
And they put her in, and she's somehow a woman. Somehow she's doing better than he did.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine it can last because
Yeah, that's sure to help his female voter problem. And you have J.D. Vance in North Carolina announcing that the Fed has cut interest rates, and the MAGA people actually booed the news.
Really quickly, just on the Fed cutting, it's a very Wall Street Journal-y question, but the Fed cut the interest rate today by 0.5 percentage point, going to alleviate inflation for a lot of people. And so if you have any reaction to that, we'd love it.
Well, look, my reaction is My reaction is a 0.5 point is nothing compared to what American families have been dealing with for the last 3 years.
Rick Wilson jokes, I swear to the gods, these people could drown in a rainstorm from looking up at the sky. It's like, how are you booing news that is actually good for you and your family? No matter who is president, whether it is a Republican, a Democrat, or independent, we should all be celebrating the good of America. Donald Trump is in for a rude awakening right now, and I expect more bad news to be coming throughout the day, so we are going to keep you posted on all of it right here at the MeidasTouch Network. But to follow along, I need to make sure you do this one thing. Hit that subscribe button right now. Hit the little bell icon next to the subscribe button. It gives you notifications for whenever we post a new video. And make sure you subscribe to the MeidasTouch audio podcast. It's free wherever you find podcasts. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.
Real quick, Meta just changed their algorithm to suppress political content. Please follow our Instagram at MeidasTouch right now as we head towards 400,000 followers so you don't miss a beat.